the Minnesota Vikings. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, this defense for the Lions, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Darius Slayton, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Lions 0.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no return from Bowden. This will come out to the 25.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. They've got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Miles. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Hopkins. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Back to throw. Hopkins, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
First down and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Hopkins.
He'll find Swift out of the backfield.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try again.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
His 8th rushing touchdown, his 12th overall.
And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Extra point splits the uprights.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know that this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season they could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not.
Derek Barnes in on the stop.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mon looks to throw.
Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run the counter with Cook. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. That's complete to Slayton. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Mon going to throw it.
Smith catches left side.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd.
Once again, he finds Slayton.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
Here's Mon.
And he's got this down to the 35.
Let's go. Complete to Darius Slayton. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Vikings.
These two teams all tied after one.
Score time, 7-7.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Off the play fake, Mon.
Flush to his right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Here's 2nd and 9. Mond out of the shotgun.
Buying time to his left. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
And how nice is it for him to know that when he gets outside the pocket, he's got a reliable tight end he can go to. So he's able to look his way, find his big target, and set up 1st and goal.
They'll run with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook.
His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
Vikings 14, Lions 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And no return from Bowden. This will come out to the 25.
Offense ready to kick off their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
2nd and 4.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
At the 1-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And there is going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Ooh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Taken in at the 22.
Get ready, get ready.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Hopkins. He finds his man, complete. It's Harrington. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
On first down, it's Miles. Finding some room at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw. Hopkins. He gets this one complete to Bowden. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
At the 41-yard line, it's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
Check 26, check 26. Hey, check that.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8.
Check 45 is the mic. Check 45 is the mic. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Looking to throw. Hopkins. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Back to throw. Hopkins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
First down.
Now a run with Cook. And he's got room. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run the counter. It's Cook. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On 2nd and 2, Mond. He'll buy some time right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They go play action here. Mond rolling to his left. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. Now Mond, eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half.
So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
And no return from Bowden. This will come out to the 25.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Miles. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
61 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On second down, it's Miles. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. It's a quarterback sneak, and he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
So these two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2, and it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a give right side. Miles. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Miles.
And he is going to have a Lions first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Miles, and it's out. He put it on the carpet, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 45. Mike, 45.
They'll set up a throw.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Second and 2.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's McLaughlin. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll run for it with Cook. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
45, Mike, 45.
Again, it's Cook.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now back to throw. They'll roll him out right. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
And his kick here is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11.
So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Looking to throw. Hopkins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Miles.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. Now a give right side. Miles. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Chaz Surratt there to bring him down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. Hopkins. He finds his man. Complete. That's Miles. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 3rd down, it's Miles. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
The 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Hopkins over the middle, complete. It's Miles. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the gun, Hopkins finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Hopkins got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Way to go.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return from Bowden. This will come out to the 25. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. They'll try the left side. Miles. Room here to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. 79 yards. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
27, Lions 16. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Touchdown, Vikings. Darius Slayton. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now.
34. Lions 16.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no return from Bowden. This will come out to the 25.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw here, trailing big in the fourth quarter.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Back to throw. Hopkins. Dancing to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a give right side. It's Miles. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try it now with Swift. And some space here. There he goes left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. You get the fourth down conversion, and then you look up and you see a flag.
I'm just holding my head in my hands right now because I know the head coach is doing exactly the same thing. It all went into getting it on fourth down, and that gets wiped out.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Miles. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On 2nd down now, it's Miles. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Minnesota, they move back over